set? Okay. We'll call the meeting to order. Please join us in saluting the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I would ask the clerk to take the roll call at this time.
Supervisor Keeney?
Present.
Councilor Anthony? Here. Councilor Greco?
Here.
Councilor Haggerty?
Here.
Councilor Polowitz?
Here.
Highway Superintendent Moyer? Budget Director Lyman?
Here.
And Deputy Supervisor Thompson.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to have a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous meetings and to accept them as written for July 8th, July 29th, and August 5th.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Under communications and announcements, we have our assessor, Sandra Wells. She has completed 2 additional courses for the assessor's program and received that certification, and I believe that completes her training, and she will be fully certified by the state of New York. Under old business, Atlantic Inland contract. Been in touch with Atlantic Inland. They are revising the contract not to exceed $2,300 to stay within the budget. Also stipulating the time frame. There were 2 weeks, I believe, towards the end of September that we wanted to have the complete inspections done.
It was going to be the month of September. I don't think they specified first or last week. So
Yeah, she indicated to me the last 2 weeks she's going to have that contract revised and forward it to us for our review and signature.
when you talked with her, did you mention the fact that then their inspection should only be for the public assemblies and apartments?
Yeah, we talked about that. She didn't have a problem with that, and she also wanted to get in touch with Chris and Brace to meet with them and discuss any follow-up actions they need to take if there's violations found there.
Good.
Okay.
Is that going to give them time also to get the cards, informing all of the places that will be inspected that they will be coming around?
She didn't indicate there would be a problem in communications via mail at all, so.
Good.
All right.
For 2,300, then we're going to do, did she give you any number approximately how many buildings?
No,
No.
no,
Just $2,300.
2,300, right.
In the meantime, I'll work with Brace in regards to updating that list. So comes the first of the year, I think we should be able to present them with a better listing of what's in the town here.
Right.
In fact, that Mapleview Apartments isn't in that. I can't understand. But, yeah, great.
Mapleview wasn't in there?
No.
No.
Well, you know why? I bet you it was under Mona Knowles. They changed it, you know, because that's when we had it recorded.
Okay, I have not heard anything back from the attorneys, either from the town of Granby or the city of Fulton, regarding the water contracts for supplying water to districts and non-district areas. So I'm still waiting to hear that.
When you say that, are we talking about like something like Hannibal Street, which is technically not a water district? Is that what we're referring to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Based on the information I have, the contracts or agreements that were in place have expired over the last couple of years, or they have not existed at all. So
Correct.
there's quite a few details going to be worked out with those agreements. Okay, a resolution awarding bid for a 2,500-gallon fuel tank. Lynn, do you have anything for us as far as the recommendation goes on this?
I don't see any reason not to take the lowest bid if that's what you so choose, because they're all bidding the same identical type of tank.
Okay.
Do you got it, or has Ruth got the information?
Bruce has the
Okay,
information.
is that, I was just curious what the name of that particular company was.
I think Clement was a low bid.
It's possible. I did not bring them with me, but they are back in the room. I can get them.
I'd just like to know the company, because some of them, a couple of them I heard of, and Clement was one of them. They're supposed to be a pretty good outfit.
You know, there's Clement was one of them. Bach, who put in the original underground tank here. Cortland Pump was another one that bid, and was there a fourth bid? I can't remember. Three bids. I sent another one out but to Frank, but they didn't put a bid in.
Okay. And Clement was a low bid?
Why?
Additionally, you might have to go.
Yeah, would you?
You're probably going to have to go if we're
Let
going
me
to
get
vote
the
on
bid.
it. We have to say the company.
She's gonna get the bid.
Is she?
All right. How's it going?
Red? Red. Oh, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen it before you.
It's in on the table, yes.
Needless to say, with all the previous discussion, I don't get to look at it.
Andrew?
Take a look at it. Well, if somebody's looked at it, I'll go on. Fine. Justice report.
Cortland Pump
Okay.
had a bid of $5,200. Bach and Company had a bid of $4,725, and Clement and Company had a bid of $4,110.
What was Bach, Ruth? Was it?
Bach was $47.25.
Okay.
But wasn't there some people in the area having some work done by Comet that you knew of?
They're doing some work over the tunnel, Donley.
You know, but I ran into somebody else that said they were, pretty good contractors, so I don't, that's the only reason I was concerned.
They came out and looked over the facilities we got now and
They're out of North Syracuse or Mattydale, am I correct?
Syracuse area, I believe, yes.
Pardon?
Somewhere in the Syracuse area.
Yeah, I thought I saw that thing up in Mattydale, Okay, nearby.
Okay.
I'll make a resolution, we accept a bid for the 2,500 gallon fuel tank from the Clemente Company of $4,110, is that correct?
Yes,
I'll second it.
$4,110.
Okay, we'll take a roll call on this, please.
Oh, who seconded it? Okay.
Rick is,
Okay, Counselor Anthony?
yes,
Counselor Greco?
Yes.
Supervisor Keeney?
Yes.
Counselor Hackerty?
Yes.
Counselor Palowitz?
Hey.
Okay. Motion is carried. Okay, excuse me.
Passing, we probably can pay for that out of buildings.
Okay.
We're planning to underrun that at this point.
We
So we
passed.
don't need a special appropriation for that.
Okay.
To follow up on that, I called the Association of Towns today to see, because I got thinking, is that a general or a highway expense? I talked to attorneys, Association of Towns, she didn't know. She referred me to the comptroller's office. I talked to an accountant there, he didn't know. He gave me another number to call tomorrow because this gentleman was at a meeting. So there seems to be some,
Gray area?
It's got to be
Gray
a
area.
general, it's got to be a general expense because it's a town facility. The tank we put in the ground is paid for by general.
yes,
Fuel that
definitely an in-ground one, they said.
Well,
What would be?
you're adding inventory, you're adding value to the town.
That was the feeling of the attorney, that it wasn't
It's not
a
a
piece of
highway
equipment, but it's part of the
See, you add
infrastructure.
up all the highway type expenditures we have, it does not cover the purchase of a fuel tank. So it's got to be a general tank, or a general fund. And we have some money in buildings to pay for it.
Well, Bob wasn't here when we approved it. He was on vacation. We have another big bill coming out of that fund for the update of that furnace, and that's about a $6,000 bill.
We'll look at that when.
Oh, yeah. Well, the equipment's on it. We okayed it, and so I just want you to know that it is a $6,000, like $6,100.
You got 60,000 in there.
Well, we ain't got 60 anymore. We're down to 30.
You got 28 left.
Yeah, well, this, I just wanted you to know that.
Okay. Under new business, Mr. Polowitz, do you want to make a change to that agenda in addition to it? Discussion of
What, assessors?
assessor's clerk or clerk for the assessor's code enforcement office?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, with the part-time clerk for both building inspector or code enforcement and assessor's office.
Okay, right, okay.
Okay. That was part-time, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking, about 15 hours a week we had.
All right, we'll discuss it when we get to it. Okay. Under new business, maintenance service renewal with Matrix Communications Group. They have sent us a letter which briefly outlines the cost for maintenance on a year-to-year basis. This is due September.
How much you have?
September 30th, and they're looking for payment received in their office 2 weeks prior to renewal date. This is for the phone system.
Yeah, I know, but how much is the cost?
It's $507. It's 10/198 through 9/30/99.
I know we've had this before, and I know like when I needed some phone work done, I had to pay it. Remember, we had to pay a couple $100. I don't know, what do we get for this $500? We're supposed to be getting some. I know we've okayed it in the past, but don't add any equipment or add on anything, that's all extra.
It says the listed products are covered under the terms and conditions of the maintenance agreement, and they have not enclosed the maintenance agreement,
Oh,
but I'm sure if something fails, it would be a replacement. Something like that. Teleplus 816. We have 13 key telephones and 1 TP816 KSU, whatever that is.
That's that big switching thing. in
A switching station.
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently if anything goes wrong with the existing equipment, they're supposed to fix it under this contract. I think that's what, we got that on file, I know we do someplace.
So we can look at that for the September meeting. That would be soon enough.
Is that it?
When does that have to be paid?
By September 30th. No later than. They want it 2 weeks before the termination of the contract. Middle of September.
Would you make a note, Nancy, to look up our contract on that, just to, so I can glance at it, please? Thank you.
Okay, next item is a motion to accept the quarterly report from the justices.
I'll make a motion to accept the quarterly report
Okay,
from the justice.
a second to that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Discussion, have we got all of the reports?
From both of them, yeah.
Yes,
Are they
both justices, yes.
They were in on the table.
back in the conference room?
Yep.
Okay.
You didn't you see him, Bob?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either, Bob, but they said, these two said they looked at them and they're fine, so I'll
Okay.
take
No,
their
that's
word
good
for
that
it.
they're there, and,
Well, if you didn't see him, you should look him over.
oh, if they're there, the mere fact that they're there, I'll certainly
I'll
support.
glance at it when we get done.
You all set?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a second to the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion's carried. We have a motion to appropriate Snug Harbor Road Projects funds of $30,250 to dedicated account number 5110.401DA, general repairs contractual, Snug Harbor, to facilitate separate accounting of the project.
I'll make that motion as per written.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any discussion?
I just got a question for Lyndon. Have you got any response back, or are we from CNS, or?
Let's see, after you signed the contract with them,
Yeah.
I think Nancy faxed it off to him. I talked to him a day or two after, and he said that was sufficient, and he had someone starting work on it, but he couldn't give me a time when it was going to be.
You don't know, you don't know anybody started this
What
week?
he wants to do is, I guess because of the cost of the project, I think it's under $50,000, instead of putting in the paper and advertising for bid, he wanted me to give him some names of people in this area, and he had some contractors of mine. He was going to send them directly right out to them.
I don't know if it's the proper time to bring it up, but now that we supposedly own the road, have you posted that road to protect us?
I haven't yet. I did call the state DOT in Syracuse today. In fact, I sent them a letter requesting that they come up and review the intersection, because it'd be up to them to put a stop sign or yield sign, whatever they feel is necessary there. So the letter will go out tomorrow morning to them, and I'll get it posted soon.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, just trying to be up to speed myself. Okay.
Have you taken a ride down there recently?
I haven't been down there since you've taken it over.
I haven't been down there in a while either.
Yeah. Might be worthwhile to take a ride down there just to see if everything's kosher, and not that it isn't, but
Yeah, I will.
You said, but I thought we had some signs we had to stick at the end.
We were going to put some road construction signs and speed advisory signs to kind of protect ourselves. We'll get that done.
Don,
Yes.
do we know what kind of money is going to be spent out of this? We have salaries or hourly for the town employees, contractor.
We anticipate no monies at this time to be paid to town employees out of this fund.
It's
This-
all going to be subcontract.
Yes. CNS is the engineering firm that's going to handle it.
How about CNS?
CNS will have a fee which will hopefully come out of this $30,250. Based on their initial estimates, there should be enough here to cover that, in my mind.
Any attorney fees?
Not at this time.
well,
I'm
our
just thinking,
attorney,
and the game plan is to spend it between now and the end of the year.
The game plan is to get the road up to town specs. It would be the old town specs that was estimated for this project, and to get that road roadworthy for town equipment and safety of personnel by the time no later than probably end of October.
Well, if there's work to be done and money left over, we just include it in the 99 budget.
Right.
It's easy.
Right. Carry forward.
Sure.
Okay.
have we paid the CNS the initial $3,500, I believe, that they did for the first study?
Yes.
Oh, last year?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's been paid. We do have one bill, I think it's around $300. When we sat down with one of the engineers, he came in and you and I sat down with him. He billed us for $300, but it will go towards this project account. So,
Yeah, I'll set up a separate sheet with all these different kinds of expenditures on it, and as I get them,
okay,
Nancy will just log it against them.
very good. Did we pass that motion?
Not yet.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, we have the restoration of the original birth book from 1876 to 1950, funded by New York State Council on the Arts and administered through the Arts and Culture of Oswego County. Sure.
Last fall, I wrote for a grant from Oswego County Arts and Culture, hoping to receive enough money to at least do one book and possibly more than one book and have them restored for posterity. For the next 100 years, they should be kept. I was granted in May 6th of this year a $750 award, and proceeded to have our birth book, our original birth book from 1876 to 1915 restored. We just got it back this past week. It's very beautifully rebound. All the pages inside of it have been deacidified, and they have also been encapsulated in a special kind of plastic that will not deteriorate probably for the next 100 years. And
Who was Granby's firstborn, Ruth?
who was Granby's firstborn? Well, of course, there were many firstborn before 1876 because we started in 1818.
Is there any way that the Valley News could possibly get a picture of?
Yeah,
Yes, I think she's
I'm
planning
planning
on doing
on
that.
writing a feature story on it.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I have to go further back in the book. little bit before that. The first one we have showing in the book,
Ruth Sheldon.
I use my age well, don't I? Okay, was Ida Dell Harwood. She was born August 10th, 1874.
A couple years ago, wasn't it?
Her birthday was a couple days ago, yeah?
Harwood and Francis Henry Harwood. Father's name. That's the oldest we have on record, and goes up from there. And it's very interesting to look through and see the country of origin for many of them is England. There's many farmers, but there's many other jobs listed in there too that people have.
Very interesting.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
This book cost $715 to have restored, and we had a $750 grant. So we also had done our original minutes book, and the $35 that was left was put towards this book, having this one restored this year also.
Original minutes, very good.
Very nice.
Are there any other books that are also going to be in process of restoration?
I hope to have a couple more done next year. But they only offer grants generally once to an area for books. So I was glad to be able to get this from the Oswego County Arts and Culture, who distributes the money from the New York State Council on the Arts.
What are you going to do with the old books when you're done? You going to put them on display or something?
This is the old book.
That's the old
This
book.
is the old book. It's been
Oh.
restored.
They restore the
Oh,
old.
I see.
Yeah.
This is the original book, but it's
Oh.
just been restored.
Yeah. Isn't it neat?
You have all
I
the
thought they were
all
just-
the original pages
I
are in here.
understood they were, just duplicating.
No, no,
That's
this is
supposed to
the
be good for
original
another
book.
100 years.
Oh,
So the other generation can worry about it.
Ruth, we did one last year?
Two?
We did,
No, you did two.
Two, I
I
thought.
think we did 2 last
Yeah.
year.
So we've done
oh, I thought they were just
three
copying them.
We've done 3 of the
Big one.
records books and then the minutes book beside.
Very nice.
Yes. Good work.
Great. Okay, discussion regarding a part-time clerk to work in the assessors and the code enforcement office. Mr. Polowitz.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago when I had talked with Sandy Wells, and I've been talking with Brace and Chris Shatro in the code enforcement department. There's a lot of work in there, and the people that we currently have working there are full-time job personnel. Some come in the evenings, some come in during the day, but the office, I find, is not really covered at any one time continuously. I feel that a part-time person in there from Monday through Friday, answering phones, doing filing for both the assessor and code enforcement personnel, that this would be a tremendous asset in a number of ways. One, it's good PR when people need to talk to somebody in those departments. There is somebody there, if only to take names and phone numbers. And the amount of paperwork that is processed through those 2 departments is quite heavy. There's mountains of paperwork that have to be done, and I don't see why we should take the professional people that we hope to have in those positions away from their vital jobs into doing clerical work. So these are some of the reasonings that I feel that a part-time clerk in there, and I would recommend a person working 9 to 12, Monday through Fridays, at a rate of pay that would be satisfactory to the town board here. I feel that $7 an hour would not be unruly. I think this position should be filled as soon as possible. We're getting into a critical season here, and as soon as this person can acclimate that person can acclimate themselves to the duties of that and the paperwork alone in those two different offices, it'll be crunch time. It comes the first of the year when we start getting into, in the assessor's area, into all of the exemptions, all of the STAR programs, in addition to the normal building permits that are being handled on a daily basis. So I'd say that as soon as we can get that position filled, I think the town of Granby would certainly benefit from that. That's all I have to say. And I thought we made a motion on this at one time.
I had put it on the agenda at the last meeting, and you had some other commitment. So we tabled it until you got back.
Okay, well then I'd like to make a motion that the town of Granby advertise for a part-time clerk to serve as a clerk for both the code enforcement office and the assessor's office. And it'd be a part-time position, no more than 15 hours a week.
Okay. Now, do you want to list in that advertisement some sort of required skills, like computer skills or phone skills or anything like that? Word processing skills?
Yeah, I'll certainly get together with anyone, with Nancy, and maybe work up some sort of a job description and
Okay.
and information that should go into the ad.
Okay. All right.
I'll second it.
A motion with a second. Any further discussion?
No, I would like when Ruth advertise, when you put the Valley News, I don't know how much the cost is. You know how they put the regular job, the ladies here from the Valley News, have it in that job classification. Is that where they go? Is that where we'd go, Ruth? Rather than in the legal ads?
The back.
Yeah, you know, where
Yeah,
you're looking to
back
get a whole
sheet,
section
opportunities.
employment. I'd like it in there, 'cause people look there automatically. And if you just put up a couple of things, familiar with computers and
Yeah. I think the town is going to have to do something in regards to its advertising. We've been getting some poor responses over the years. I don't know if it's our method of advertising, if it's, I don't know what it is, but we got to do something.
Well, we could put in there exciting new career.
well, but to follow up on that comment, Bob, what happens? They put it under these legal notices or something. I don't know where they put, I don't know this young lady's name from the other
Therese
Valley.
Walsh. Therese Walsh.
Therese, you know how you have the employment section of Valley? If you put the ad in there, even though it's a few dollars more, people automatically would see.
They've been showing up in the legal.
Yes, they show that nobody gets that, that's what I'm getting at.
Man, put it in the obituary, everybody reads it.
Thanks.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, the mic's on, Ross. Okay.
No further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay.
Are we still having that public meeting on the 26th for the solar session?
Yes.
24th, isn't it?
26.
26th.
26. Let's just put it on the ballot.
Okay, no reports from the legislators?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm getting a lot of phone calls on that.
Okay.
Well, not having it or having it?
I'm getting a lot of phone calls. I think I'm going to put a letter in the paper to all my people.
Tell them to come.
Lynn, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, just to give you a rundown
I'm going to.
for the month of July, some of the things we've been doing. Continue to clean ditches. We have, well, with over 61 mile of road, we have over 120 mile ditches, so that's a lot of cleaning to keep up with. We installed 3 cross culverts. We're sweeping loose stone where we noticed it on the roads. Continued the roadside mowing, which we do all summer long. Did 1 driveway installation. We've been updating our signs as we've had time. We've hauled some gravel from Stony Robbie back to the garage where our gravel bed is. Cut some trees on Merritt Road. We did some paving on Chase Road and Wyburn Road. I got a letter from the state DOT just to notify us that they were going to spray some weed killer around their guide rails in the town last month. So I said, hey, that's a good idea. So I called him up and said, could you do something for me? And he said, well, I don't see why not. We'll let you know. And they did. So they went up on Pendergast Road and sprayed some guide rail for us, which is a big help because our people aren't trained to spray that kind of stuff. And we have a individual working with us from the Summer Youth Employment Program, and for the month of July, he completed 54 hours. So that's about it.
I got one question, Lynn, while you're there. That gentleman that came in and worked for one day, remember I was supposed to get back, did you have any luck and find out what's going on with him?
Not yet. No, I haven't heard a thing from him. We may have to get somebody new to finish his job for him.
Well, I was hoping, because we're gonna run out, we only got another month, the most on that too.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing today, doing some, yeah, okay.
Lynn, I had mentioned this before, the culvert on Lake Shore, just down from Stewart's on the turn there. Have you had a chance to think what you might do about that before that gets to be a serious problem?
Well, I looked at the culvert itself, and the culvert appears to be in very good shape. We fixed the washout on the shoulder there. And
Still seems narrow there on the north side.
it is a little bit narrower.
And that's on a turn, and
We could probably sign it. Put up the wide delineators that would tell drivers that the road narrows there a little bit. That might help a little bit too. I'll take a look at it again.
yeah, I hate, that on that turn on a winter's day, that could be a real problem there.
Yeah, I'll make a note of it. I'll take a look at it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. Mr. Budget Officer?
Okay, this statement of balances is of first week in August. And again, I'll only talk about the contractual. In general, the town funds are pretty much coming down the way they should. We still have 4 or 5 months left in the year, but where I have a check, and this will start with the general fund, that is, just want to comment, bookkeeper, the supervisor only has $65 left in the contractual. Town clerk is down to $713. The biggest expense was, past month, was for the restoration of the book. That's all paid for. We spent quite a bit of money on attorney. There's only $23.65 left in that between now and the end of the year. Let's see.
23, no, 2,000? Oh, yeah.
$23.65, $2,365.
Now, a portion of that, a large portion came out of this account because of attorney's fees, other than the town attorney's fees. Is that correct?
I don't know, I just...
Yes, it was for,
Spencer Ludington's bill came in.
Would that, Norm, would that come under that account?
the only account we have for attorney.
That's due to the ZBA, right.
We don't have any other account where we have problems and,
Attorney is attorney, Bob.
And we might have to do it.
Now, if we need to do something else, we need to talk about it, but that's the way the budget's set up right now.
the reason being, it's very misleading, and I don't want the general public to think that the town attorney that we have, that all of that expenditures is against him. And I was just wondering if there was any way of differentiating.
There may be, we've had this every year for many years. We may have more than one attorney that charges to that account.
Can you break that one account down into a .1?
I would have to get with the bookkeeper, because I only see the bottom line when the abstract is signed.
It's a good
So
point.
far, it's all gone to the town attorney, except a rather significant part, as you say, I think it was $3,800 or something that went to that
Right.
one bill.
And we had a big bill again last year. So it's only been it's a good point, Bob. It's only been the last couple of years. And due to past problems with attorneys, our present attorney has really done very well for us. And I think Bob brought up an excellent point, so he'd like to, he wants the public to know that part of it's going to another attorney. I think that's the whole thing, Bob.
We had the same problem with the complaints on the mining. There were probably 3 or more different attorneys that, when big money had to be spent to satisfy, do the research and answer the complaints on the mining 3-4 years ago.
Mr. Supervisor, could he look into the possibility of setting up separate accounts, sub-accounts under the,
We can take a look at it. I don't know if we can.
Yeah, we can take a look at it.
I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it this year.
No.
No. You'll have to wait till it'll be in this 99 budget.
Like A and B.
but I think it's important for town employees here to, that people know what they're being paid and not,
Well, this is,
Right up front, this is not a, we don't set up a fund, and it's not a retainer. The town attorney performs a service, submits a bill for the town for the service, and then we pay him per abstract each month. And that's the way we've been doing business for...
I would think that you could almost set up a town attorney and other attorneys all under one account. I would, in either case, that's your,
sure, if the board wants it, but not this year.
Okay?
Thanks.
All right, all set? Still in general, we have a 28,000 some odd left in buildings. If there's, we have a total appropriation of 60, and we've been doing this for several years. If we now need to spend money for a heating system and/or a fuel tank, unless something else happens in that account between now and the end of the year, there's probably enough to get through. Okay? Contingent, we still have $1,450 that's available in a contingent fund. We really will have to get into what expenditures the board is going to incur between now and the end of the year, but that is available. The only other one, youth program, there's $2,600 left between now and the end of the year, Bob, so that still should cover what you plan to do for the kids. Tourism, we spent money for the Celebration Day Community Center. There's a $96 balance there in case there's an outstanding bill or something that needs to be paid. The SARE grant basically is done. I haven't talked with Nancy or Don as to where we stand on finishing that out. But total dollar-wise, there's $274 primarily of benefits that was not spent. Most of that is there's meetings and state retirement. So, but that basically was finished in June. Moving to highway. Highway's fine. Lynn is spending repairs money, CHIPS money. Everything is fine. Have a nice healthy balance. Snow removal, 94,000. Mother Nature dumps on us. We're ready and waiting. The truck ban was just paid this past week. That is the second payment on the international snowplow that we bought. So I have no other comment on highway in the districts. Sewer North hits appropriation, went to zero in June, and we'll manage that account as the need comes up between now and the end of the year. And capital projects is basically sitting at zero, primarily paid for the Campbell Sewer District. We will add to that and I'll add a line next month for the Latino project, so you can see how that money gets spent.
We have a ban that's about ready to...
We have it, and we already appropriated it last
For
the sewer.
So on.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Robert. anything for code enforcement? Can we cover that now, Bob?
Yeah, we got the report. It's been another busy month. The month of, this is a report from Brace Talents, our building inspector, code enforcement. They had 17 permits were issued for the month of July. There was 5 mobile homes, 2 pools, 1 pole barn, 1 carport, 1 wooden stove installation. Let's see, you had a conversion of a C1 building to an A1, 2 single-family home, storage shed, and a commercial building. They collected $845 in fees, which had a construction cost of $331,219.77. Year-to-date on the building permits that have been issued based upon the values that were listed on the building permits is $1,489,020.30. He is working on entering this year's permit on the code enforcement program, and it should be completed in another month and fully functional. That's it on that.
Thank you. Anything on the youth program? Youth director isn't here.
You might, Councilperson Anthony has been attending most of the activities. She may have some comments to be made on it.
Like what, Bob?
Well,
We went to Thunder Island yesterday, and we had exactly 60 children, and I think 16 adults. Some of the adults drove their own cars up there and met up there. I think we've got to kind of, when we go to Thunder Island, we've got to kind of get together on that. Because yesterday they said something like they were only going to allow 10 chaperones, and we had like 16, and God, I couldn't even go on the water slides yesterday. Not that I do.
How was the Ford Ontario tour?
That was great. That was great. I think we had 52 children at Fort Ontario. That was great. And tomorrow we go to the Energy
Center. In Oswego.
Yeah, up at Nino, and tomorrow. And we've still got, we've got Beaver Lake, we got Burnham Park Zoo, and we got Thunder Island, then we got the Bubble Mania left.
Did you go to the West Side Pool?
No.
No. You didn't
No.
go swimming, huh?
I don't go to Beaver Lake either. I'm not a water fiend. I don't trust myself that I've got to be in charge with 3 or 4 or 5 little kids too.
You're doing a good job, Rose.
Oh, I just love it. Ruth sees me when I get back, right, Ruth? Oh,
I've been there.
tired.
Okay, thank you. Vince, do you have anything for us on the planning or zoning?
I can just give you the highlights of the last meeting. Their old business was the mobile home sales of owner Sam Huya, Snug Harbor Estate. Mr. Latino had been in to get lot changes because of the road. And new business was a subdivision by Tony Capolito. He wants to break his property up into some lots. And that was basically what's going on with the plan. I'll get you a copy.
Mr. Hagerty, anything from your?
Nothing, just a report, they got it to you, like they said they would, so.
Okay. Robert, do you have anything more for us?
The assessor's office got a report from our head assessor, Sandy Wells. Did a computer runoff here of the 1998 building permits that have been issued and that have come across her desk. And she is using this as her checklist for going out and data collecting. Our new assessor, Bill Jones, has been out working the roads. I've seen him a couple of times, and he's working out real well. And he seems to be enjoying the job.
Yeah, he likes it, just found more work to it than what he thought.
You're right.
Okay, we need a motion to approve payment of town bills as listed on abstract 8B-98 in the amount of $9,007.38.
I'll make that motion. We pay town bills in the amount of $9,007.38, as listed on abstract B-98.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, date of the next meetings, 8/19, we have an executive session with the highway contract, highway department.
Yep,
8/26, we're scheduled for a public hearing.
next Wednesday.
8/26,
26 on a Wednesday.
public hearing regarding sole assessor. And 9/9 is the next regular meeting. On the 26th, I think what we'd like to do is also have a preparatory meeting after the public hearing.
Okay.
All right?
By the way, Don, did you get a hold of Dave Hastings about the public hearing?
No, I have not. I will.
We ain't gonna need if we have one on the 26th then, let's see, look at the calendar. Then we won't need one on September the 2nd or anything like that, right?
When will you start advertising for that public meeting for the solar assessor? Because I'm getting a lot of calls on that. When will you be advertising that?
I've sent it in, it will be in the paper twice. It's going to be advertised twice, a week before. It has to be in a minimum of 5 days before, and I'm going to have it in
So,
the Monday and the Thursday before
Before the
the actual
26th.
meeting. So
So
it's going to be
it'll
in
be
10 days and 6 days, something like
it'll
that.
be on the 17th and probably the 20th then, Rose?
Yeah, that's probably,
Yes, it'll be
yeah.
on the 17th and the 20th.
Okay.
I'll just have to put my letter to the editor to my people.
Okay,
Okay, Bob? Look for it.
thank
What-
you, Ruth.
You got a problem there? Bring it up now, Rose.
No,
No.
no.
Oh, you don't have a problem. Okay, good.
Discussion from the floor.
I would just tell the people what I feel.
I'm asking for a motion to adjourn. No discussion
I
from the
make a
floor.
motion.
Wait a minute, I think Bob was supposed to bring up.
Some time ago, there was an issue that was brought to the floor on veterans exemptions. It was changing back from alternative funds to eligible funds. And it would benefit some veterans that's in the town. A lot of towns have passed a local law approving this change. And I believe I gave you some of that paperwork to forward on to the town attorney.
Okay,
And I don't believe we have heard from him yet in regards to that matter. I'd appreciate it if you could follow up on that.
okay. I'll have something at the next meeting,
Good, thank you.
next preparatory meeting. How's that?
Great.
This is something we'd like to get done, right, Bob? To be able for 1999?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
No, I mean, Bob was supposed to bring that up.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
How about you, Gus, everybody here?
Closer.